Hi, how are you all doing? Sorry. Should not start out apologizing, but I look like the week I've had. How are you guys doing? I hope you've had a wonderful week. Happy Friday. I have to admit, I'm sitting down here with a small glass of wine, and decompressing from my week and looking forward to my weekend. I'm I just sent out an email and a text, if you get my texts, just with some more information, and I thought it would be a good time to jump onto a call. Um, I actually realized I need to text Marla. Let Marla know I'm live. Um, Let me see here. Sorry, I should have done this before, but I want to ask Marla how she's doing. Anyways, Marla became a customer of mine. I want to say 6 months ago. Anyways, I really like hearing from her. So she's not always on the computer, so I want to make sure she saw that I went live. So, anyways, my name is Sharon. I am the accidental art maker. Welcome to happy hour. Last Friday, I did one called Finish It Friday, but the only thing I'm finishing tonight is this. I started, so I have a day job. I'm the accidental art maker and I run my small business. And then I have a day job. I just started a new gig this week. I contract as a project manager doing cybersecurity work, and I started at a new client site this week. And for the first time since COVID started, I went into the office. So I haven't been into an office in years. And it just took some adjusting and getting used to, but it is a great client, a great project, and all that stuff. So, but I am a little bit worn out. Here, let me show you guys my shirt. Life is art. Art is life. I never separate it. So, I haven't been in touch much this week or doing any lives, and I just wanted to connect with everybody here and see how your week went. Want to see, do you have any questions about the upcoming IOD release? There's been like a bunch of stuff coming out this week. We have a release date, which is 1 week from today. So I want to make sure, I need to look at my calendar. So it's the 15th and it is 9:30 Pacific time. So if you have any questions about that release, I just sent out an email. So if you're on my email list, you should get that information. And if you visit my website frequently, then you will know. I'm going to put this here so you guys can see it. But sorry, my dog just farted and he scared himself. Sorry for sharing that. Okay, look, I just put into the chat here what it is that's happening next Friday. So it's 3 transfers, 5 molds, 4 stamps, and 3 paint inlays. And right in my line of sight right now, I see all the boxes here holding all of those goodies for you guys. So it's a big release. I think this is the biggest release that IOD has had since I've been a stockist. And I've been a stockist, I want to say 2.5 years. I think it's 2.5 years now. It's either 1.5 or 2.5, but I'm brain dead and I'm having happy hour. So, Mm. But it's a big release. And the only thing that's limited are the inlays, but I can assure you there will be plenty of inlays for a long time. So even though there's a lot of things and we haven't had a release since August, do not feel pressure to buy one of everything. Nothing is going away. Everything will be available for a while. So if I were you, and if I was a customer of accidental art maker, I would pace myself. I would not buy one of everything. I would, whatever your heart calls you, I would get that. If there's something that seems unusual to you and outside of your usual thing that you do, I would actually get that too. This is the release for you to kind of push yourself outside of your comfort zone. So, like, if you always like flowers, try something without flowers. If you always like something that's the IOD sisters call it unapologetically feminine. If you always go for that, try something in this release that maybe is not feminine. Try pushing yourself out of your comfort zone with this release and take your time and enjoy it. I will always have stuff in stock unless IOD runs out of it, and that they run out of it. And then as soon as it's back in stock with IOD, you'll find it on my site. So it is a big release. There's something for everybody in it. The other thing I want you guys to pay attention to that the IOD sisters have slipped in to this information about this release is the word innovations. So they're teasing you a little bit, but I know people get so excited with the visuals and the release date that you might have missed that. So they've mentioned a couple different times that there's some innovative stuff happening in this release, and please pay attention to that. And I would love to hear in the comments what you would find innovative. So one of the things that IOD did recently, or probably within the last year and a half, that is innovative, is with the molds. So the molds now have this thing called a micro rim, and that allows you, first of all, to scrape clay off easily, but also it has a micro rim and it has the measurements in milliliters, I think, and grams to let you know how much clay, how much resin it will take. So it is, that was innovative. And then, there's other innovative things that IOD has done in the past, like with their transfers. There's that little halo that goes around the transfer. It's the smallest one on the market. How did they do that? They were innovative. So expect some fun things in this release. So it's not just the new products, but what they've done to the products to make them innovative. So we got a question from Joni. Aren't the paint inlays limited when they come out? Yes, they are. I didn't know that Christmas transfers were limited. Yes. So every holiday release, all of those products are limited. So there's a set amount that IOD orders when they're ordering it. And then as a stockist, really the smartest thing that you can do is to buy as many as possible. And then keep buying, because they do sell out. All the holiday, all the Christmas items. Well, that's not true. So I still do have, if you remember the latest holiday, I have the kitty stamps and the puppy stamps left over. And I have a couple of molds, but I ordered a lot because I know that they are going to sell. They are going to sell. So, the paint inlays are limited when they come out, but to be quite frank, they don't go flying off the shelves like molds do, for example, or transfers. Like, there's still a relatively new product. People are, experiencing a learning curve on it. Once you try inlays a couple times, you will fall in love with them. And then you're going to want to make sure that with inlays that you do buy the ones that you love. So the paint inlay that I love the most is Chateau. It's beautiful. It's versatile. It works on amazing colors. I'm going to show you here. I actually have, and this is one of my favorite pieces I did, but you can see that right there. That's Chateau. Here, I'm going to do one more thing too. I'm going to open it up so you guys can see it. I had so much fun painting this a couple of summers ago. Sorry about the mess on the inside. I was not expecting to open these up. But here you can see, like, I think I reused the inlay here. But yeah, I mean, to me, I love this piece so much. And this piece gets the most hits whenever I post anything, a tutorial about this piece, people always hit up. The inlay's on the side. It's not on the top. And then I've got some, I think this is what mold is this? Olive crest, I believe, over here. And then I've got a bit of the mold on this side. And that's my favorite. And then what I'll also do is, like, you can see in other videos that I've done, there's like these little I call them pearls, but I don't really know what they are. I call them, but you can use elements on this. I've used it in frames and picture. I've used it in so many different places and different types of art. So it's not like you need to buy Chateau and just, make one single piece out of it. You can cut it up and use the elements all over different types of art. It always makes everything I do, it cranks it up a notch. It just brings something special to it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me and my perception of it. So, so Joni, I learned the hard way the first time too, with the first holiday release. I was super bummed out. This is when I was a customer before I became a stockist. And I think it was called Christmas Valley Transfer. And it was amazing. I had never seen anything like it. And I bought one. And then I wanted to buy more. It was sold out. It was sold out. I really needed a red cardinal for a piece I was working on. I had been envisioning the red cardinal from that piece on some holiday art that I was working on. I went into the IOD tribe. I'm going to write that in here, put it up, because if you don't know about the IOD tribe, you should. It is an excellent source of inspiration. And let me see here. Let me make this really fast. You can find it on Facebook. It's called, if you just do a search for IOD Tribe. Let's see here. Show. Okay. Yeah, it's called the IOD Tribe. You can find it on Facebook. So many people with brilliant creative minds, so many people just starting out discovering IOD for the very first time, and they're a little bit lost. They don't know where to start. They're not sure what products to use along the way. You put your question in there, boom. You get answers, you get experience, you get opinions. If you're not sure if you like your piece or not, or you're just looking for an ego boost, put a picture of your finished product in the IOD tribe, and the support there is amazing. I remember going on there when I first started and when I first discovered IOD, and I was so scared to share, because you're being very vulnerable when you're creating art, especially at my age. I think I was like, I don't know, 50 something, and I shyly just kind of throw it into the tribe. And I was like, here's my first or second piece with IOD. And I had so much love and support from that. So highly recommend that on the Facebook page. They have a Facebook page. And you can also learn more information about the upcoming release on that too. So, and then now I'm going to make a little plug for myself. If you follow me, or you're just discovering me, give me a like, give me a follow. I think I'm a pretty interesting person. I like a lot of you. I wish all I could do. I wish I was in a position where all I could do was just be an artist, but that's just not realistic to me. I can't go into my studio and paint all day. I have a day job, and then I run this small business, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. But where was I going with this? But yeah, like I don't have all day to spend creating art. So, and I'm totally blanking where I was going with this. But anyways, I do get, when I go into the IOD tribe, I do get revived. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, the chest. Thank you very much, Joni. That's very nice of you. I do love it. I created that out in very hot summer on my deck in the shade. And I just had so much fun creating it. What I did was I went and I overpriced it. So, thanks, Joni. Yeah, check it out. Check out the IOD tribe. Dana, hey Dana. So Dana lives in the same community as I do, so she'll probably know the fair I'm about to talk about. But at the end of August, the little town that we live in, it's called Camas, has the Camas Vintage and Antique Fair. And I way overpriced this and a few others. I way overpriced it because I didn't want it to sell. I wanted to keep it. And that one did not sell, but another piece that I loved sold. The woman did not even negotiate the price with me. And she just wanted to know when she could get it dropped off at her house. So I did get to keep this one. And I think I'll show you one more. I'll show you another one piece, but it might be kind of hard to see with the sun in the background. So here's another piece I did that I also overpriced that also did not sell. Let's see. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yeah. So that's a transfer right there. Let me see if I can get it closer for you guys. Yeah. So this is another piece. I completely overpriced it and it did not sell. So I had to keep it. So yeah. And I never ever started out with the intention of making pieces, creating art to sell it, much less becoming a stockist. So it's a slippery slope, folks. So be careful. But anyways, that's about it. If anybody has any questions about the upcoming release, so Joni answered your questions. It is not a limited release. There's a lot of things. Pace yourself through this release. Don't feel like don't panic and have fear of missing out. I will always have, if I run out of something, I will reorder it and have it back in my shop within a week or so. But there's no need to, I should be saying this as a retailer. I should be encouraging you to buy everything, but I appreciate having to work, being on a limited budget. If there's something that you really love, get that. If there's something you're not sure about and would push you outside your comfort zone, I would get that too. And then I would get like a third thing, like, maybe it's, I don't want to give away too much because IOD will get mad at me, not to mention the other stockist. But I would definitely say I would get 3 things out the gate. And I would, if you're always trying transfers, try stamps. If you're always trying molds, try transfers. So jump across into the different product types there are. Like I used to, I started out the gate just using stamps, and I loved them. I was kind of scared to try transfers. I got into transfers and I loved transfers. I was scared to try molds and I tried molds, fell into love with molds. Inlays were like the biggest intimidating factor. I had to use them because I was a stockist by that time. And you can check on YouTube, but I actually made a video on what not to do with paint inlays. And I just basically documented all the different ways that I screwed up the very first time I was using it. And I think it's a very funny soundtrack that goes with it, but lots of people find it kind of obnoxious. But yeah, that's me when I'm making mistakes. I tend to get obnoxious, and that's, my defensive mechanism. So what can I say? But yeah, and try a paint. If you haven't tried a paint inlay, there's one paint inlay, and you guys can ask me which one after the release, but there's one paint inlay that is perfect for starters. It's perfect. There's a couple now, like Melange. That inlay is perfect. It's black and white. You can put it on color. I think that's perfect for a beginner. And Yeah. I mean, I love all the inlays. My other favorite inlay is Morocco. Someone commented the other day on a YouTube video that they didn't realize how much Morocco or any inlay changes when you use different color paint in the background. And you can really take an inlay and own it with your color and your composition. And yeah, so if you haven't tried an inlay, I would try one of those too. They're fun. They're really fun, and they you don't have to do a big wall. You can do small pieces. You can reuse it. The price point is high, but you can for sure reuse them, repeat them, and then I haven't done this yet, but there's other stockists. They use when they have just use that inlay to the very end. They use it as decoupage paper. So I mean, it's an investment, and you can get a lot out of it. But yeah, so I would definitely try and inlay out of this new one if I was in the customer shoes for this one. So so that's really all I have to say, except happy Friday. If you have any questions and you're watching this on the replay, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I'm happy to follow back up and answer you. The IOD release is next Friday. It's at 9:30 in the morning. If you've been through a release before, you'll know what I'm about to say, which is that the IOD sisters will go live about 9:30. Sometimes they're a little bit late, late and giggly, and and then they walk you through each one of the new products that are coming out. It's very fun to participate in. It's amazing to read everybody's comments and feedbacks. People will start brainstorming right there and shooting out ideas of what they're going to do with this product. Like in the moment, inspiration is available on the comment section on Facebook and YouTube. So that is fun to attend. Now, if you have a big enough screen, what you want to do is you want to, so okay, let me say it. If you're the kind of kid who peeked at Christmas presents before you were supposed to, then what you want to do at 9:30 is come to my site, go to the collection page. I'll put the link in here, and you can right away see all the new products. But if you were the kind of kid that enjoyed savoring the moment with your family and opening presents, maybe a little bit slower, maybe I'm putting this in the comments and I'll make it, but like, but like if you really want a great experience, I would watch the release with the IOD sisters because they do a spectacular job. You can kind of hear their thinking and inspiration behind making each product, and you get to see some samples of art that they've done with it, and you get to hear like, hey, why did we do this thing? And you get to hear a little bit maybe about their family history. You'll be seeing and learning also on Friday about this innovation I've talked a little bit about here. You'll be able to learn on the spot from them what they did that was innovating in this release. And that alone is just worth watching. The innovations that they come up with keeps the competition chasing them. Like Timu or however you pronounce it, like they will not do this. I was going to say it, they will not do this stuff. Like if they do, they're going to do it wrong or messy. But there's some innovative stuff to watch. So I would watch the video, but I was also a kid that really is, I was a young adult that savored opening presents slowly and enjoying the experience. But if you were the kid that ripped everything off, just go to my website and you'll be able to see it all at once, but you'll be missing out on an experience. I have plenty of stock, so I would be shocked if I sold out of anything next Friday. So I would really encourage you to have that group experience with the IOD sisters, and you will have a hard time making up your mind what it is you want to get after watching their video. And then I would come to my site and see what it is that you wanna pick up. You know, it's there's a lot of fun things. I'm gonna not show this. So IOD Tribe on Facebook. Let me edit this. And I'm just going to put in, you can go to my site and you'll see the, if you go to my site and look at the menu on the left-hand side, you will see by itself its own category, the IOD Spring Collection. So you can go to that page now and bookmark it so that you can find it next Friday morning. But it's a wonderful experience, guys. Like, I think it's part of the IOD brand is to have this collective experience and get super excited about what you're seeing and read about the ideas and put in your thumbs up in your hearts into the comments. Oh, look at that. Can you guys see that? I didn't know I could do that. That's awesome. Hopefully you guys saw the hearts too, and it's just not because I'm having a glass of wine. Yeah. So, thank you, Joni. That's really nice of you to say. I'll be sending out, I just sent out an email tonight with information. And then Monday I'll be sending out like a regular email. I like to send out inspirational emails on Monday, like, hey, here's what I'm thinking, what's your experience with this kind of thing. So I had to tell you guys one thing and then I really will sign off. I kind of feel like I'm at happy hour right now and I've got the stage. But guys, I'm so tired. I totally forgot what I was going to say before I started talking about happy hour and taking the stage. It's bad. Okay. So yeah, email went out, is going on tonight. It has information about next week. Monday, my inspirational email will go out. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Somebody described me and my brand. So that's like it's my emails and my lives and stuff like that as a hug and a push to go create. And I loved that because that is absolutely what I'm trying to do. I want to give you a hug. I want you to feel like this is so reassuring. Sharon's got my back. But I also want you to feel that distinct push where you need to go create and you need to go make something and you need to just enjoy it and have fun with it. So yeah, a hug and a push. I loved that description of my brand. So I forget who said it. So if you're watching that, thank you very much. I made my day. Okay. So that's it. Clay's on sale right now because there's 5 molds coming out next week. And clay's on sale for $10. It's down from $12.95. I think that's the cheapest I've ever had clay right now. So go check that out. Prepare for next week. Oh, Rana's here. Hey, Rana. She says she needs a push. Well, you don't live that far away from me, right? You come over here, I'll push you around a little bit. We can create in my garage studio. But no, I get it. I have weeks where I need a push. It can be hard. There's just so much to get caught up in, and finding 10 minutes this week, finding 10 minutes to make art. I just have not have the brain bandwidth for it. Starting a new job and starting a new job. My son is getting ready to graduate high school, so there's deadlines and things like that I've got to take care of and plan for. There's all kinds of stuff, right? But like this week has been especially hard to find 10 minutes. So sometimes I need a push, but I will be I'll be painting stuff all weekend long. I've got the products here. So I'm going to be having lots of fun this weekend. I'm going to be painting furniture and small home decor objects, and I'm going to be putting the new products on them. So I have a weekend planned of creativity because I want to be able to show you guys next week. Here's some ideas, right? So I do have this weekend kind of tucked away to enjoy that. So maybe I'll do another live this weekend just to show you guys the painting part. Oh, OSU Theater. my son's gotten accepted to OSU. He is a jazz band geek. He is not a theater geek, Rana, but he's hoping to get into U of W, University of Washington. So we're waiting to hear about that. Like that, and then his stretch school is Columbia University, which is in New York. So that's the opposite coast, and I don't want my baby to go there. I'll just be very upfront about that. But hopefully we hear about U of W soon. So yeah, if there's anybody out there that I can bribe, let me know. No, I'm pretty sure. I am 90% sure he'll get into U of W. He's got the grades. Of course he's my son, so I think he's great. But anyways, hopefully we hear about that next week. But yeah, so this weekend, I'll be painting things, and maybe I'll go live and just share some things that I'm doing, and then you guys can get like a preview and can imagine what could possibly go on top of that. For example, I have some skulls I'm going to paint this weekend. Skulls of what? You're going to have to come back and find out. Okay, I'm beginning to babble. I'm tired and hungry. And yeah, please let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. Let me know if you're watching on the replay. If you've enjoyed this conversation that I've had with you, give it a like, share it, subscribe, all the fun things. It all adds up. It all adds up. We get more people on board with creating art and making the world a happier place. Okay, guys, love you all. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll be back on live soon sometime. Not sure when, but